Welcome to TzuChi This Week. I'm Dennis Wu. It's good to have you with us. In Central America's Guatemala, TzuChi volunteers bring stationery to needy students in Palencia and hand out scholarships to those with good grades. In US Tzu Chi 360, we learn more about living in harmony with nature by visiting an eco-friendly home in California's Arcadia. And we revisit the lost army of northern Thailand to understand how TzuChi's aid has helped the region. We first start today's program by heading over to Central America. Towards the end of January this year, TzuChi volunteers in Guatemala went to Palencia to deliver school supplies and scholarships to needy students. Even though public schools in Guatemala are free, for many low-income families, they still have trouble finding money for school supplies. Thus, TzuChi's help is like a windfall, bringing school supplies, backpacks, and scholarships to more than 300 students.
Here in Palencia, Guatemala, low-income families no longer have to worry about buying school supplies for the new school term because TzuChi is here to help them. In partnership with the local government, TzuChi is giving qualified needy students stationery and offering scholarship for those who do well in class. Volunteers are also surprised by the abundance of love and kindness here at the school as students donate what they can to TzuChi's charity banks.
We drew Melody Way for the last time in US Tzu Chi 360 to learn more about living in harmony with our environment.
Greetings from US Tzu Chi 360. I'm Melody Way. In the spirit of the global green movement, what can we do in the new year to make our home as green as possible? What is the secret to this art of sustainable living? For the past 3 years, our TzuChi volunteers in Southern California have been touring a national model eco-home situated in the beautiful city of Arcadia, Southern California. Designed and built by architect Dr. Edward Huang and his wife, this beautiful Mediterranean house features various conventional and innovative energy-efficient methods with sustainable applications. Let us visit Dr. Huang today and learn how to make our house as functional and as green as possible.
This is the Arcadia Eco Home, a property bought and rebuilt in 1998, designed to be low impact in California's arid environment and to help teach the community how to build similarly sustainable homes. It was made by Edward Huang, an architect and educator with 38 years of international experience in urban planning and sustainable development.
I was born and grew up in Taiwan. What influenced my life to enter the field of ecological design of environmental ecology had something to do with my childhood environment. I grew up in military dependence housing. My house also was my father's house. The roof was damaged by air raid during World War II. The new roof was made by bamboo strips. When it rained, the entire house was a mess from leaking. Living in that environment, we couldn't afford to get a new roof and didn't know how to fix it either. So, growing up in that environment, my father kept teaching me, be frugal in our living and don't waste.
I never thought my husband would tell me that he wanted to build a green building, a greenhouse, or an eco-home. I had no idea what it was at that time.
There's a wall picture painted by my daughter at the main hall. Back then, I asked her to show the natural geography and climate of Southern California on this wall. Most water in Southern California is distributed from outside areas. It is piped from the Colorado River through the mountains of Northern California and Nevada until it finally reaches us. To save water in Southern California has one more important purpose, which is not widely known by people. Because we bring in water from such a long distance, it takes a lot of energy to pump over the mountains. Even after the water is used and let out, it still needs to be treated. So, if we are able to save water, then we can save energy. It hits two birds with one stone. Usually, the drain pipe is close to the ground floor. In order to collect the rainwater, we raise the outlet of the drain pipe higher so we can put a container. The rainwater needs to be filtered, so we must have wire netting. The rainwater running from the rooftop of the green room will be collected in this container. We use it to water the flowers and the lawn. By the root of the tree, you can see the head of drip irrigation. We laid the head of the irrigation near the root to the drip water. It is a very water-saving installation.
On September 18th, about 40 volunteers from TzuChi, USA, toured this beautiful greenhouse.
In September, LA's temperature actually is very hot. On the day we were there, I found out his house was quite cool. Both front and backyards were so green with many trees and various plants. I thought they must have a high water bill. Actually, they only paid $30. Based on a lot size, it normally costs over $200 in LA.
The Los Angeles area is the city with the highest likelihood of facing severe water shortages. It is a situation that is exacerbated, drop by drop, with every household, but perhaps we can take Dr. Huang's lessons and move towards a more sustainable future.
On this day, January 29th, on this day in 1886, Carl Friedrich Benz was granted a patent for his invention of the world's first automobile that used internal combustion engine. The original three-wheeler produced by Benz was donated to the Deutsche Museum in Munich, Germany. During the second global energy crisis of 1979, the Taiwanese government planned on this day in 1981 to impose fuel rationing. Cars were to use gasoline coupons while motorcycles fill up according to their number plates. However, the global energy crisis soon came to an end, ending with it the emergency energy-saving measure. World's leading oil and gas producer, Iran, has been under petrol rationing since 2007. Founded on this day in 1982, in its early years, Taiwan's Bureau of Environmental Protection focused on reducing air pollution and keeping the environment litter-free. In 1987, the Bureau was upgraded as the Environmental Protection Administration and put into place an island-wide recycling policy. Taiwan's recycling rate now surpasses that of many developed countries. Chairperson of Overseas Compatriot Affairs Commission Jiang Xiaoyan approached Master Zheng Yan about helping the poor Chinese war refugees in northern Thailand. In the following year, in January 1995, TzuChi launched its 3-year poverty alleviation program in northern Thailand, and in 2002, the Chiang Mai TzuChi School was completed, providing education for young refugees. Of the 51 schools TzuChi has helped build after Taiwan's devastating 1999 earthquake, Zhongyuan Elementary School in Caotun, Nantou County was completed on this day in 2002. The new school comprised artistically designed green buildings with a steel-reinforced concrete structure and soon became a new center of activity for the local community.
TzuChi's work in northern Thailand began following the request of Jiang Xiaoyan, the former minister of the Overseas Compatriot Affairs Commission of the Republic of China. When OCAC ran out of funding to support the Kuomintang soldiers and their families still living in northern Thailand since the end of the Chinese Civil War in 1949, the minister asked TzuChi to step in. In 1995, TzuChi began a project to lift these soldiers and their families out of poverty, which included building new homes, the instruction of farming techniques, and in 2005, the construction of the Chiang Mai TzuChi School to improve literacy. Till this day, TzuChi's support continues, and surely life is getting better for these once war refugees.
In northern Thailand, one will find two types of Yunnan immigrants from China. One group comes from merchant families, the other is the so-called Last Army, descendants of Kuomintang soldiers who fled to Thailand at the end of the Chinese Civil War in 1949. History decided that these soldiers would never see the Republic of China they dreamed of again. What was only a temporary way stop has become a way of life. In Chiang Mai province, 65,000 soldiers and family members settled in 22 refugee camps to begin a life of farming. In 1994, Taiwan's Overseas Compatriot Affairs Commission ran out of funding to this group and their descendants. The then Commission Minister, Jiang Xiaoyan, sought out TzuChi to care for the old soldiers and orphan children struggling to make an existence in this isolated mountain region.
How to handle the situation was always on my mind. I knew that Taiwan had many foundations and charity groups, but a friend asked if I had ever heard of TzuChi. He said the work that TzuChi does is different than other charity groups. Their volunteers participate personally in all relief efforts, and any aid directly reaches those in need. I thought that's important. In early 1994, I visited Master Zeng Yan. She was very informed of the situation in Thailand. I was quite surprised. Before I explained the situation over there in details, she said she understood and agreed to help. I had barely spoken a few lines. I was deeply moved, really moved. There was no hesitation on her part, or even taking time to reconsider. In her mind, this was something that needed to be done, and thus immediately agreed.
In 1995, TzuChi began implementing its 3-year support program in northern Thailand. In the villages of Mangela, Hui He, Tanglong, and Masila, TzuChi built over 120 new brick households. After improving living conditions of the local second-generation Chinese and the remaining war refugees, TzuChi next worked on improving their livelihood by providing agricultural workshops.
The houses that were originally there were simple to the extreme, lacking even running water and electricity. Later, I heard that the houses that TzuChi built, in addition to being brick, were also equipped with a bathroom. For the local residents, it was a first. From one village to the next, TzuChi slowly raised the standard of living. Their efficiency was amazing, even surpassing what our government could do.
Although the villages are poor and isolated, residents are still determined that a Chinese education be available. Zhang Kangming was a recipient of TzuChi scholarship aid from junior high school through college. With TzuChi's help, he was able to study without worries. Now Zhang is helping others follow in his footsteps as a teacher in Chiang Mai.
I want to thank TzuChi for all their efforts. Without TzuChi, I would not be here as I am today.
Built to be a future foundation for education, the Chiang Mai TzuChi school was finished in 2005. By reinforcing Chinese and English instruction, it is giving local children a chance for a brighter future.
All the work after 1995 was handled solely by TzuChi. All the funds, the Chinese Association for Relief and Ensuing Services pulled out. It is entirely thanks to the efforts of TzuChi volunteers that the situation there is so improved today.
Zhang Xiaoyan stares intently at a recent photo of the Chiang Mai school. Instead of solemn faces, he now sees laughter and smiles in the children. He never thought TzuChi's presence in northern Thailand would last for so long, or that the love of TzuChi would find such deep roots.
Lupus is a systematic autoimmune disease that can be fatal, but thanks to advancement in modern medicine, the disease can be better contained nowadays. In Malaysia's Kuala Lumpur, TzuChi volunteer Huang Baozhen has lived with the disease for over 26 years. The woman seizes every moment to give, for she says she lives on borrowed time she borrowed from Guan Yin, the goddess of mercy, that should have run out 8 years ago. Here is the inspirational story of this courageous woman. A TzuChi volunteer in Malaysia's Kuala Lumpur, Huang Baozhen was diagnosed with incurable lupus 26 years ago.
26 years ago, people still didn't know much about lupus. The doctor just said, "It's unfortunate that you have this incurable disease. I'll have to put you on medication. Every day you will have to take 12 corticosteroids." I had a nervous breakdown then and just kept on crying. I contemplated about suicide, but then I also thought about my 2 children. So I prayed to Guan Yin, the goddess of mercy, since I'm a Buddhist. I said, "Please let me live. Take me 18 years from now, and my son is 18 years old and is in college. Take my life then. Give me back my health for now, and I shall do good deeds and raise my 2 children properly."
Guan Yin seemed to have heard Huang Baozhen's vow. She began to face her condition positively. 5 years later, she even joined the ranks of counselors of a lupus patient support group. Just when her borrowed 18 years was about coming to an end, Huang Baozhen was introduced to TzuChi by her children.
I think Buddha heard my prayer and granted my wish. My children are like my guardian angels. I asked for more time to be at their side then, and now they are extending my lease on life by bringing TzuChi into my life.
Huang Baozhen immediately dived into the world of TzuChi, indifferent to her deteriorating health. In 2009, both she and her son received their commissioner certification in Taiwan.
I have medications to control my illness and have TzuChi's work to do. My life's biggest wish has been fulfilled already. I only want to serve some more through TzuChi. On my care recipient visitations, we would compare our medications and they were all surprised by the amount I take.
I only learned about her illness last year. I was quite surprised. She seemed so tough and optimistic. There's no way that she looked like a sick person.
The truth is my body is deteriorating with every second passed. So how much time do I have left? Frankly, I don't have any. I don't know if when this interview is over that I would just collapse. So I'm very afraid. I'm afraid that I would pass on suddenly. There's so much more to do. I can't take it lying down. I got to serve. I've been feeling dizzy all morning long. In fact, I've been like this for several days now. If I'm not here working, I'd still be feeling dizzy sitting at home anyway. So I might as well ignore it and come here. Let the dizziness run its course. I have taken my medication already, but it's no help. Just got to make the best of it.
Each and every one of us still has a lot to learn from her. Without Sister Baozhen, I would not be in TzuChi and serving so diligently. Seeing her devoting her life to the work has inspired my personal growth.
This is my life script. I must finish it and put on the show of my life. The script was written already in my previous life. Now I must play the role to the best that I can.
Heading south from Malaysia, we arrive in Singapore, where every year before the Lunar New Year, the local TzuChi chapter holds a charity pastry sale to raise money. The delicious snacks have become a popular Chinese New Year present, and this year the order grew from 6,000 to 8,000. At the kitchen inside Singapore's TzuChi chapter, TzuChi volunteers are working 12-hour shifts 7 days a week to crank out delicious pastries before the Chinese New Year arrives.
This year we received 2,000 more orders than last year. Last year was 6,000 boxes, this year it's 8,000. Each day we need about 50 to 60 volunteers' help.
The freshly baked pastries are packaged into reusable bowls and then delivered into the hands of awaiting customers. The sweets have quickly become a popular Chinese New Year present. The shipping company has ordered 120 boxes to give to their customers.
Among our colleagues, we're always talking about cultivating harmonic bond with each other. Then we thought we should do the same with our customers, so we thought this is a wonderful way to do so. We take time to explain to our customers that these pastries are the hard work and united efforts of TzuChi volunteers.
To raise money for TzuChi's charity mission, everyone is devoting themselves selflessly, including Indonesian domestic servant Saripa.
So the movie, a lot of people suffer, so I want to help them. I don't know what to do, so I think join here better and help make biscuit or recycle.
The once hot-tempered Saripa was encouraged by her employer to participate in TzuChi activities. However, her Muslim friends once had trouble accepting Saripa volunteering for a Buddhist charity.
I try to explain to her, but some my friends, because we are Muslim, some my friends, if I ask for the donation, they say I donate to the mosque. But I tell her mosque and here is the same. Important is from our heart.
The intention to help those in need is universal and surpasses all religions and ethnicities. In Singapore, the Chinese New Year desserts charity sale is cultivating harmonic bond for all involved. In Taiwan, people are busy shopping and getting ready for Chinese New Year, which is next Thursday, February 3rd. Taiwan's police remains ever more vigilant to help safeguard everyone's property. To show their support for these hardworking public servants, volunteers brought gifts to police and fire stations throughout Yonghe district of New Taipei City. That's all the time we have for. Thank you for watching. Have a good weekend. Goodbye.